So my name is Arno Gottlieb. I come from Simula Research Laboratory, Norway. And I'm in charge of the pilot experiments with the AI for EU platform. And I've been charged of making a small recap of what happened yesterday and the great program we had yesterday. I created this presentation with some inputs coming from Antonis and Violette, so thanks to them. So basically yesterday we had actually 4 items that we discussed. We discussed of this very general, very broad notion of human-centric AI. We discussed of what does it mean to be part of the European AI community. We, of course, discussed a lot about the AI for EU on-demand platform. And we also touched upon the topic of industrial uptake of AI in Europe and also in Greece. So I will go through those 4 items with some elements that could be perhaps, that could summarize some of the things that were said yesterday. So we had actually a great keynote speaker, Theodoros Evgeniou, who gave us an illuminating speech about human-centric AI. But we also had a World Cafe session on human-centric AI. And of course, I will not repeat what was said yesterday, but I just took this part of his presentation. So this is a paper that was published in Harvard Business Review. And it's a quite, I found a quite interesting process that he proposed. So there is a kind of incremental process for adopting AI in companies. And he proposed 4 steps. So there is this adoption as a personal assistant, adopting AI in a company as a personal assistant, monitoring what's going on about processes, decisions. Then adopting AI means also to have some kind of personal monitoring, so some kind of feedback on the decisions which are taken. The 3rd step is having AI as a personal coach, which means to have a feedback loop on all the decisions that are taken and to try to improve based on the output of those decisions. And then the final step, the most probably desirable step of using AI in companies is by having a collective intelligence around AI, so benefiting actually from the decisions taken by the other decision makers in a company. So that was a very interesting talk that he gave. And in the afternoon, we also had a World Cafe session, a working session. That was vibrant discussions among the participants. And actually 5 topics were discussed. Philosophy and ethics, with questions such as which are the main moral values that the AI ecosystem can have. Education and training, law and policy, workforce, what is the future of work in the AI era, humanities, what role can the humanities play in forming the AI vision and practice. I understand, but I'm talking under the control of Vangelis. I understand that a report will be produced to nurture the debate on trustworthy AI based on the result of this World Cafe session. So this is the first item that was discussed. We had a 2nd item, which is coming from the European Commission. So the program officer, Irene Sardelletti, actually presented some elements of the new policy about AI in Europe. It is very clear that EU supports the human-centric approach to AI. And there is a roadmap for adopting AI technologies to build trust in AI and also providing ethics guidelines for using AI. As you probably all know, there is this high-level expert group who has produced 7 requirements for human-centric trustworthy AI. And I think that this is a strong result that we need to take into account for future projects, proposals that we plan to submit. Talking of programs and proposals, let's talk a bit about money and funding. So in the current Digital Europe program, there is a remaining part of 9.2 billion euros to be distributed, and among those there is a 2.5 billion euros on AI. And in the upcoming Horizon Europe program, it's a total of 97.6 billion euros. So which means that there are opportunities for those who want to submit proposals. And I know that today there are many companies there. I think it's a real opportunity to make things happening. Talking of calls, the program officer also talked about an upcoming call, which is the ICT 49 call. So it's a call that was out this week, and with a deadline in April. And the goal is to consolidate and exploit the AI on-demand platform. So this is a call for innovation actions with budget of up to 5 million euros, with a total of 20 million euros, which means that 4 up to 5 projects will be funded. And this is really an opportunity for adopting the platform and for making it used by large community of users. So the goal is really, as I understand it, to maximize the impact, the use of the platform, the AI for EU platform. So if you, as company members, company participants, if you are interested by using AI in your company, I think it's a great opportunity. We also had a co-working session, co-creation session. This is how it is called. And some elements were said, strong participation and involvement of resource providers. Yes, we need to nurture the platform with resources, and this was said, I believe. It's also a proposition to have training assets, both from academia and industry, and we also believe that this is something that could be quite interesting to get access to on the platform. And we also had this discussion about possible adoption barrier that could happen with the platform. The third item that we discussed was, of course, the presentation of the platform itself. And there were 2 presentations plus an introduction by the coordinator, Patrick Gatelier. But we had a presentation by the operational coordinator, Violette Leperc from Thales, and the technical coordinator of the project, Joachim Köhler from Fraunhofer. So the goals of the project were recalled: to enforce the European sovereignty, to promote trustworthy AI and human-centric AI, to bridge the gap between research and business, and also to act as a single access point for AI technologies Europe-wide. There are services which will be offered on the platform. Social networking features, so for connecting people, for starting discussions, groups, it's already there. The search engine is also already there for AI resources. The repository of AI assets containing data sets, Docker containers, components, models, trained models, etc., etc., etc. And there is also the availability of informations about the project itself, but also details on the events, on the open calls, on the pilots that will be run on the platform. So there was this presentation given by Violette, which showed the collaboration part of the platform. So it's already there, so you can connect, you can join, you can present yourself on the platform, you can connect with people already there. I think it's really an opportunity to get access to many people in Europe working in AI in many different areas. And there was also a presentation on the repository, the forecasted repository of AI assets. This is a very exciting time that we have now, because those resources will be very soon available for you to use and to exploit in your company, in your businesses. Finally, we also discussed yesterday in a panel of the current panorama of AI in Europe, and this is related to the industrial uptake of AI. So there was discussions, various discussions. I think that, yeah, I would like to stress one point because this is a point which is close to my own interest. I would like to say that currently we are developing 8 pilot experiments with the platform. And I would like to briefly mention those 8 pilots. So each pilot goes into a specific application area. And the goal is really to empower, this domain, those application domains, with a concrete adoption example of the platform. So we have a first pilot which is called AI for Citizen, which is led by SAP. So each of the pilot is led by a great company, by a large company in Europe, or public institution, or insurance company. And the goal is really to make the platform adopted by those large companies. So AI for Citizen, it's related to education. The goal is to create an AI-powered personal assistant for education, and it's led by SAP. We have a pilot on industrial robotics, and there we have a concrete setup where there are experiments which will be performed on these concrete robotic arms. This is a pilot led by ABB Robotics. The goal is to perform predictive maintenance for defects on industrial robots. We have a pilot led by Siemens, AI for industry in the field of manufacturing. The goal is to provide an AI-driven digital companion for production facility. We have a pilot on healthcare led by NIHS, which is a large French insurance company. But it's a French insurance company. And here the goal is to improve the quality of the medical report, of the radiologist report, sorry. So the goal is to analyze medical images plus textual reports and to improve those because it's a huge problem. And we forecast to get access to the data set that will be released in this pilot. We have a pilot, AI for media, which is led by a company called Technicolor, and now it's Interdigital. The goal is to animate videos using AI. We have a pilot on agriculture, led by Atos and Smart Rural, SME of the domain. And the goal is to perform crop quality assessment through computer vision. We have a pilot led by Telenor, which is a large Norwegian telecom company. And the goal of the pilot is to use AI for air quality monitoring of one Norwegian city, Trondheim. And we have finally, we have a pilot on cybersecurity led by Thales. And the goal here is to is to create an AI-driven attack learner for a railway system. So I just wanted to show you this, just to give you a flavor of the variety of the application domains and the ambition that we have in this project to really, have those largest company coming with us and invested into the creation of this platform. So it's a real opportunity, and if in your businesses, in your companies, you see opportunities to join the platform, I think that would be great, and that would be very well perceived. Okay, so day 2. So day 2 is today. And as far as I understand, the goal is to give the floor to industry, to SMEs, to startups. So there will be 4 panel discussions today, 16 panelists coming from industry, but also including state representatives. There will also be a co-creation session today. So this is the detailed program. There will be 1 panel session on emerging industry through empowering industry through AI. There will be a panel on the European AI research and innovation agenda and its impact on technology companies. There will be a panel on AI opportunities for startups. and a panel discussion on applying AI at a global scale. And there will be a co-creation session on opportunities and entry barriers, I guess, on the platform.
Continuing the yesterday discussion.
Yeah, as a follow-up of yesterday's discussion on this. So that's all from my side. I just want to say as a final remark that it's the AI for EU platform, it's AI for you. So join on the platform. We are eager to see newcomers, new participants. Thank you very much.